Yes, 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 my friends. Hey guys, Eric Green here, based out of Jacksonville, Florida, and I'm here with my business partner Paul Turner, and we've got some guests on today. But our special guest is Paul Stevenson, the founder of one of the companies that we promote online called Exitus Elite. And just to give you guys a quick story on Paul and I, we found Exitus quite a few years ago, and when we did, we generated over $124,000 in 4 months with this program. And recently, we have come back to the nest, which we should have never left, to be honest. But we came back to the nest and we said, hey, we got to get back into Exodus. And it worked perfectly with what we're doing this year in 2026. We're focused on subscription based business models, not building teams. We say this year our goal is to build subscriptions, not teams. So this is a single tier affiliate program you'll learn more about today. And it marries up with our other program, which is a lower ticket. This is a mid to higher ticket. And we're just happy to be here. We're going to pick Paul's brain today. We're going to show you guys the back office. We're going to talk a little bit about Exodus. And then we're going to, ask him a few questions there at the end. But Paul, do you want to take over from now? And we'll get Paul Stevenson talking about the back office. Paul Turner,
Two
over to you,
Pauls.
buddy. Two
Two
Pauls.
Pauls. So yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna go straight into it, I think. So I think first of all, no income claims made on this call. But what I'm going to do now, I think what I'll do is if I log into the back office, Paul, my back office, so
Yeah.
you can. I love what you've done with the verified earnings. So that's the first thing I'll show. But then maybe if you want to guide me around any updates,
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, let's do that then. That sounds like a plan on a rainy Thursday afternoon here. Right. So if I share the screen. So I have to verify I'm a human, but I don't have to
Yeah,
click.
I put that in there now because we had about 1,500, depending on the quality of the leads people purchase, and some
Yeah,
people buy really, really bad leads.
yeah.
You end up with bots coming in, and we had one guy with 1,500 fake bots in his account, and it was an absolute pain to. I had to remove them all manually. And I ended up deleting a couple of real members in error, and it was a pain in the butt. So that just stops bots coming in. It's the latest technology from Cloudflare, and it detects if you're human by the way you move the mouse, etc. So it's a very quick check. There's no images to fill out. There's no puzzles to fill out. There's no numbers to add up. It's all done with the very latest technology. So it doesn't really interrupt anything.
No, I love it. It's good. Anything like that, guys. I'm a big fan of like even to be honest with you, double opt-ins and stuff like that. I'd rather have serious people than sort of fillers, if you know what I mean. So if I click away from that, will it? And I'll go back to the dashboard.
You can just
Will
hit
it do
refresh.
the count up again?
Yeah, yeah.
Look, watch this, guys. You put this back for me. Watch. I love that. I could sit and watch that all day rather than do any marketing, which doesn't help me make that figure bigger. But and then the other thing that I do, guys, like share my earnings. This is a great feature as well. So if you're an Exeter's, I believe it's $2,000 you need to make. Once you've made $2,000, so that means basically you'll have made like your fee back. But you can save that image and copy it. So Eric's going to put that at the bottom of all our emails that go out, and we might put it on some websites and stuff. So that's another nice feature. So I just sort of draw attention to that. And the only I don't like sharing the numbers all the time because my results are my results, Eric's results are his, and these are our combined results. Doesn't really necessarily have an impact on what you're going to do, but it does show what can be done. And I used to stack shelves in a supermarket, and Eric used to sell used office equipment. So there's not any, not any super stuff going on. So, right, so Paul, what would you want to tell people that are looking at this? What's the things we should tell people, would you say?
Well, I think the first thing is that obviously, for anyone who's been around for any length of time, will know that this back office is completely different to what it was
Yeah.
3 months ago. Um, the whole thing has been completely, effectively rebuilt, not only just redesigned but rebuilt in its entirety, every section of it. And we've done that because it's two reasons. One, we want to be able to run this business off a mobile phone. You've always been able to do that, but it was never ever. It was clunky, is the word I would use. You couldn't see the menu. Certain things didn't work. Audios would stop and start.
Yeah.
Not because we did anything wrong. It's just the technology was different. We were using a different platform that we streamed our audios from. And it just used to get timeout messages because you've got images in there and stuff like that. So the whole point of this rehash of the back office was just to allow us to offer a better service, really. Now, everything, if you look at the product section, everything is streamlined. It streams off our own servers or off Amazon now.
What I'll do is I'll
Hell
just
of a
prove
difference.
to you that I'm using it. Look, there's another tab here. Look, with Exitus open. If this people, look, this is
That
worth
is a
buying.
brilliant audio.
Oh, I'm on track 3, as you can see, but I'm already
Yeah, are
kind
you
of blown
enjoying
away.
it? That's what I talked about last night, right?
Yeah, no, well, that's why I'm listening to it. And when I can, when I'm not doing a video or on a call or something, I'm actually listening to it. Jack Zufelt that is absolutely amazing. I'm glad you mentioned it because, it's like there's a lot of training. I'm just working my way through, but I went straight to that one because what I like is a certain way of explaining things. And the way he explains things just makes it like light bulb moments going off in my head every 2 minutes. So, that's what you're getting, guys, really. And it is really good. I do suggest you look at that one. Right. So I just thought I'd prove to you, Paul, I do actually look at the training.
Well, it's nice to see because I have so many people and they talk about stuff and I can see in the back office, we can see exactly what you watch or what you listen to, right?
Yeah.
And we do that because we think if we find, that something's just not getting viewed at all, then we look to replace it or change it. But even that's not easy. I mean, there's so many things I could tell you guys that, we have to have permission. You have to have the resale rights for it. You can't just grab a product, throw it in here and say, hey, it's part of the package. You go and sell it to someone. I mean, did I ever tell you Apple wrote to me?
Yeah.
And complained. I had a letter from Apple's attorneys.
Wow. Serious.
Because on a health video that I did about the products, I used to have a guy called Dr. Wayne Pickering. We had a health and wellness section.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, do you remember him? Well,
Yeah.
I had a font awesome logo of an apple for health, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't the Apple logo, but they wrote to me saying, could I remove it? Because it could be misconstrued as an Apple logo. I mean, so when I say that somebody could complain, if you've got a product in there that you don't have the rights to sell and you're making profit on it, you can get into trouble. So we like to make sure that everything we offer, the members are okay with. You're not going to get into any trouble. And that's really, the ins and outs of the products. You have to find the right product. It has to be available. It has to be available for reselling. Now,
just if people are new watching this for the first time, the way Exitus works is great. This is you pay a license fee to Exitus to be able to resell these products, basically. So what that means is the great thing about it is, so with a lot of things that you do, it's like they might pay monthly. There's one company that we know that pays like 6 weeks now. They pay every 6 weeks. So you make a sale, you've got to wait 6 weeks for your money. One of the nice things about Exitus that people love is the pay can be instant. You can choose how you want to get paid, and you can get paid it instantly. So it's a bit like software as a service, isn't it, Paul? Rather than a sort of a platform.
Well, that's the route we're looking at exploring right now. We've discussed that briefly. I think I definitely want to do it. I'll finish this back office upgrade, and then I will look to streamline the way that we explain things, which is one of the reasons I'm even though I've got some of the new VSL in production, the Genesis aspect of it, I'm still trying to just finalize because I don't want to make a video, then make a change, I have to make another video.
Yeah, absolutely. So you've also, and by the way, when Eric said we came back because this is Exitus 2.0. Paul's done a lot of work updating the products. All these new lead capture pages are sexy, aren't they? So, it's really kind of been, it wasn't out of date before, but it's kind of, this has elevated it above average. You hear me and Eric talk a lot about being sort of the average affiliate marketer makes no money, but the above average one does. And being above average actually isn't that much of a leap. So it's things like these. These are great. So
just let me give you an update on these, just so you know. The first 6 have been completely redone.
Yeah.
I did these last night. Now, when I say redone, I haven't updated these images yet. We found out these pages are a little bit large, so all the forms are sharper now, as you can probably see.
Yeah.
All designed to work better on mobile. I've got rid of we had font awesome graphics in the bottom. They've been replaced by SVGs. So everything's to do with speed, the ability to work on a phone, to work perfectly, etc. This one there, the laptop. If you go to the laptop one, Paul.
Where's that one?
Next one up. Next one up.
Laptop,
yeah.
This one. Yeah.
Yeah. Now look, if you look at that picture there for a minute, it's now totally different when you see it. You see? The original screenshot is the form is not so pronounced, but I think
Oh,
the
yeah,
effect
yeah, I
there is
see.
just as good, if not better.
I'm one of
So
those guys. I don't believe it makes that much difference. I don't think a lot of people will sit there and judge and go, oh, maybe that's not quite as sharp as it could be, but it
oh,
has to look freaking professional,
let me
so
tell
it
you,
doesn't. Yeah,
I had people after the webinar
yeah,
send me text messages. I can't read it; it's too dark. So
yeah,
I'm just getting rid of that problem.
yeah, absolutely.
Eradicate, eradicate the beginning. I know that every single one is absolutely perfect,
Yeah.
and so I'm getting rid of anything that can cause distraction.
And on
Or
that front, can I say, guys, this is why Paul Stevenson is one of the best owners in the industry because he listens to people, right? He's always improving things. And one of the big things is you learnt to code this year, I understand, obviously with the help of AI. But what that means is now it's like if somebody has an idea, Paul just goes and implements it, which is like, I mean, I've worked with programmers and oh my God, it's just like a nightmare.
well, Paul, that's a really interesting point because on the 8th of December, right, I hadn't done any of this ever in my life,
No,
right, and now I have reprogrammed not only the ability to connect to payment processors, etc. See this form here, right, is really, really nice. I love this picture, but on a mobile phone, you can hardly see that first name, email address. That writing at the bottom is way too tiny.
yeah,
So this one, I'm going through these. I'm redoing them. They'll be sharper, brighter, and they'll just pop off the page on cell phone. 80% of people see our stuff first on a cell phone, then they go home and do it on the computer. So I want to make sure that you never get a second chance to make a first impression, right?
yeah. Absolutely. And Paul, just before he came on, he was a little bit late because he'd been up till 4:30 in the morning, hadn't you? So that's how hard he works as an owner. So you're in good hands. And how many years you been going now? Coming up to 11? Are we in the 11th year yet?
Well, it started in 2014.
Right.
So
Oh,
this
so
is
coming into the 12 years. 12
12th
years.
year. Yeah, this is year
Right.
12. I
Awesome.
can't believe that, to be honest. I mean, it's quite incredible. But this is to me, I'd lost my mojo a little bit because if I wanted to do anything, and this is interesting, if I wanted to do something on my web, if I wanted to build a new website, right, I would go into Webflow. I would design it in Webflow, which is quite a complex program for those of you that don't know it. It's a web design software. I would create my lead capture page. I'd then send it to a guy in England called Aaron Grieve, who was a website designer. He would give it some sparkle, do Lottie animations, make it look a bit better. Then he'd send it back to me. I would then send that to Dan, my programmer, who would put it in his diary to arrange a time to put it in the back office, etc., etc., etc. That whole process would take anywhere from 10 days to 2 weeks
Yeah.
and would cost anywhere from $500 to $1,200, depending on what work was involved. Because obviously you have to convert the HTML to PHP, blah, 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 blah. Look at that picture of that. Look at that. Look at that. I made that yesterday.
This one.
That to me is brilliant.
Yeah. So these are additional ones if you want them, because if everybody has the same lead capture pages,
Yeah.
sometimes it can get some people might go, oh, I know what that is, right? So now these are specially made, so you do have to purchase these. We'll just say that, okay. If you want the extra ones, it's not a condition
Don't have to.
of them, and the other ones obviously still work fine. But if you want to go something a bit nicer, and these are an investment that's been made into these, so you've got to pay a bit as well if you want them. But they're superb. So this is the one you were saying, isn't it? That was went
That was
down really well, was
that's
it?
my own personal page. I've got, again, that needs to be lighter, and I've got to change that a little bit. But that's the page I actually use myself right at the
Right.
moment. And I wasn't going to share that, but so many people going, oh, please, can you let us have one like I made the Porsche one, which is a bit like it, but this was just seems to have a nice effect. So
I might put my Hyundai on and see how that works.
yeah, the question comes up: why did we do this? Why did we go down the road of building a marketplace? Two reasons, really. One is what you just mentioned. We had a Lamborghini page once. I don't know if you ever remember the Lamborghini going down the road.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
That had over 100,000 views, right? Very, very quickly. But everyone was using it. Everyone was using it, and everyone knew what it was. Everyone knew it was Exitus, and they loved it. But once everyone knows what it is, what you happen? Let's say Tommy Lahorn he's running an advertising campaign, and I've seen that Lamborghini page, and I've checked it out, and I've decided it's not for me. I get to that page, I'm a brand new prospect of Tommy's, and I'm like, I've seen this, and I go away.
Yeah.
This gives you the opportunity to have something different that maybe only 10 people in the world, 20 people in the world have got. Right. And we're going to continue to add to this. The other thing it gives us as a company is some additional revenue. Because one of the biggest challenges we have is when we first launched Exitus, I launched it with a business model in mind. That was you pay your membership every single year. We can maintain the website. We can bring new things in, blah, 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 blah. Over time, that got eradicated because people were like, you should be like the other companies and just do a one-time admin fee.
Yeah.
Right. But then with the one-time admin fee, someone's paid us $49 admin fee in 2020.
Yeah.
$49. They get the back office, the lead capture pages, autoresponder. Just work it out. One-time payment. Aweber's $20 a month just for an autoresponder. Right? And yet they want us to continually provide new stuff. It's just not viable.
No, and they want all the support.
Successful business. So this area here, the school area, the leads which will come to, they provide additional revenue for us. They enable us to go and do stuff like this. It enables us to go and look at the marketplace and go, okay, what's hot right now? Let's now go and make or buy something else we can add. So I've recently just purchased a whole load of AI training, because AI is the buzzword, right?
Yeah.
And everyone's jumping on the bandwagon. You could say we jumped on the bandwagon, but the difference is this. I've been in the trenches. You can look at what I've done. So you can see I've done it. So when I say this is how you do it, it's absolutely true. I mean, if you look at the privacy policy now, I don't know if you've ever looked at the new privacy policy. It's unbelievably good.
I probably haven't looked at that for 10 years.
No, not the privacy, the no refund agreement.
Oh yeah. No, all the agreements. Because remember, people are paying you direct, so you need these things in place. Yeah, it's brilliant, guys.
But the no refund agreement now is boom, it's signed, it's dated, it looks beautiful. Everything has been redesigned, and every single piece of code on this page, it's all been rebuilt. So the reason we did the marketplace, and the bit you can't see right now, in fact, we made some changes last night. Last night you could, on your page, Paul, you'd see. If you go back to the lead capture pages at the top, there's buttons that say things like G100, G250, etc.
Yeah.
After the webinar last night, you would have also seen on there custom and marketplace.
Right.
They've gone now because you don't have custom and you don't have a marketplace yet. But if you go and buy a marketplace lead capture, it'll appear on here. There's little things, right?
Yeah. What
that enables us to do, and I think $49 is a really good price for something like this because you're paying for the work that's gone into it. It includes the hosting. You're buying it for life and you own it. You can take it with you. You can use it for any business you want. It doesn't have. If you decide you want to go and build a network marketing team, but you want this capture page to point to that, we can arrange that for you. So you buy it, you own it, right? Well, there's not many places where you can do that. If you want to go to any of these lead capture companies, I'm not naming any, you're paying $20-30 a month for a couple of pages you use, right? Yeah. That's $360 a year, every year.
Yeah, 49 one time, and it's yours.
Versus 49, and you get the autoresponders. It's all hosted for you. We maintain it. If changes are made, we change it, and you don't pay any extra for that.
Right, so let's get nitty gritty. This is what I like about Exitus, guys. So me and Eric, we're always looking at kind of, everything. Done for you is a bit difficult sometimes, but because it kind of implies you don't get any support and you're left on your own. But here we go. So look, this isn't, there is a fantastic support with Exitus. In fact, there was a webinar just last night. So anyway, so let's go start to finish. You join Exitus, right, at one of the levels from 100 to 2,000. Obviously, 2,000 is the one where you don't miss out. 1,000 is probably the sweet spot, I guess, but a lot of our customers are going for the 2,000 now. So you get these lead capture pages. So you can promote these lead capture pages. Somebody opts in, right? And we'll talk about the leads in a sec. Somebody opts in. There's a video sales letter page, and the lead gets followed up automatically, right, Paul? No autoresponders are set up, no DKIM, no.
You could join, and the most important thing you do is set up your profile and payment profile. It's really easy to do. We've made it super simple. Yeah. I've got a video going up with a getting started guide that should go up today.
Yeah.
set a payment profile. It's the most important thing. How do you want to be paid? And you basically, you can be paid any way you want, because we have the other feature right there. So
I'll just show that. So yeah, I've got a page set up for the NLP that I do, and I just made a payment option there. So that's the other, and then people can go and click a link and do that. So I can get paid by Stripe. Okay, but that's coming very soon, I understand.
yeah,
So
I explained on the web. We're just
yeah,
waiting to update the website to PHP 7.4 and above, and then we can
yeah.
use the development kits. Otherwise, it's too much coding, and I can't be bothered to do that.
Right. But what I really want to talk about now, Paul, if that's okay, is leads, because it's like, me and Eric, we're social media marketers a lot. So we're trying to sort of teach people what we do, but that means like you mentioned George there, he's the king of AI. He's got it. We talked about Outlander, the TV
Hold on a minute. He was the king. He has been
right.
dethroned.
He's been well. We were talking about that TV series Outlander because my wife's a big fan, and we went to the place called Lallybroch in it. Within 2 minutes, George is sending me a video of a virtual him walking around this old Scottish castle sort of thing. So, but can we talk about the leads, and particularly this one, because this one,
Yes.
yeah, if you don't mind, tell us what people's experience with these.
Well, I can only I never ever tell you something that's not true, right?
Yeah.
Ever. I won't do it because it comes back and bite you later on in the future. I've tried every lead out there. I've tried all different companies. I could name, there's hundreds of them, right?
Yeah.
Every lead you get is valuable. Every lead has a value. That's important. You have to have realistic expectations when you're doing this industry, right? I found this company. It was introduced to me. I looked at it, I thought, well, that's a crap website for a start.
Yeah. Good old Bob.
Yeah, Bob Schwartz. It's not all that. It's not very good, blah, blah, blah. That's not why I'm here. All right. What are the leads like? How does it work? So I signed up for this, and the leads started coming in that afternoon. So I pay, it's just like anybody. I don't get anything free, right? I don't get free this, and I don't even ask for it. I feel that I should, if I don't experience what a person experiences, how can I talk about it with confidence? It's not possible. So I pay $75 a month like everybody else. My sponsor makes some money. Two things are important. People ask me, what the quality of the leads like? Are they responsive? I can only tell you this about the leads I've received, but I can tell you what other people have told me.
Yeah.
I have nearly 300 leads now in my system. I do mine differently. When these leads come in to a normal person, they come into, for example, your Gmail account, and then you can decide what to do with them. Leroy over at mycapturepage.com has created basically a lead capture page. If you use his systems, you can get your leads. You can go over to that. You input their information into that autoresponder, and it will add them to your contacts inside mycapturepage.com, and it will start emailing them. All right.
Yeah.
That's the solution. Do I think it's ideal? Absolutely not. But that's one way.
Yeah.
The other way is for you to take them and load them into any CRM you have, that you have your own one, or load them into a web, or load them into GetResponse, or however you want to do it, or you text them, or you just grab them and you email them. You do what you want with them. What's important to realize is this: they're 1 hour old when they hit you, and they're shared with one other person. Right. So, and they're coming from a big company. We've actually spoken. One of my guys is ordering 10,000 leads a month, just so you know.
Wow.
Right. And we're working out the prices and how cheap we can get them down to. But he's looking to spend $2,000 a month.
Wow.
Well, if he's spending $2,000 a month, guess what? I'm on 35% of that. That's $700 a month residual income for me.
Wow.
Right. From one person. So this is why residual and having things here that can earn you additional money is important. But it's not about what I earn. It's about what you guys can earn. So what I can tell you is I have 100% been focused on the back office and building the business end, the back end of Exitus Elite. I haven't really done any follow-up calls or spoken to any of these. Well, one I've spoken to, any of these leads. That's my bad, but I have a distinct advantage. Firstly, I can tell you that over half of the leads I have read all 10 emails I've sent them.
Wow.
That's incredible.
How are you getting them to the emails though, Paul? Are you texting or are you just adding them?
No, this is well. I did say I've done something different. Obviously, I know how to automate stuff now. So what I've done, I use Network Essential as my command center, if you like, currently. But
Yeah.
I have got plans to do something inside Exitus Elite to give you a proper CRM that you might be able to do some other things with. But I'll come to that a bit
Yeah.
later on. So what happens with me is I have built using a product called Make. You can use APM Make, and there's another thing called Pabbly. I've used them all.
Yeah.
I've created Make automations that when a lead comes into my Gmail inbox, every 50 minutes, Make scans the inbox. It reads the email body. I've set up what's called matching keys. It
Yeah.
scans the email body, it grabs the information, and it sends it to an endpoint. I'm going to try and keep this simple. Basically, a text aggregator creates the information, packs it into a bundle that can be understood by another program. Then on my server, I've created what's called an API proxy that takes the information, strips it around again, and then sends it to the API of Network Essential. Network Essential puts them into a category that I've got called 5 leads a day, and then automatically starts sending these people an autoresponder message,
Right.
which I can see when they've opened. Now, Network Essential just launched their new SMS platform now. So what I'm going to do is you can go into that lead now, send them an SMS, and that you don't have to buy a number. There's no HTTP 10 DLC. You can start having a conversation with that prospect inside Network Essential, which I think is brilliant because now you can text them and talk to them. So
Can we do that from the UK? Because it's a
yeah,
bit
you
of a
can.
problem.
Yeah, you can. So if you buy these leads, you could go into Network Essential, have your leads come into Network Essential and start texting. They won't even know. I have a woman in Australia that does it all the time. She loves it. But why did I do that? Let me tell you why I did that. For one, I wanted, my goal is to be able to create a genuine, fully automated system that will pay you without lifting a finger. So my first step of that was to design something that allowed us to go, okay, the leads come in, but you always put yourself. I don't know if anyone does this, but they've got AI follow up as well. A woman will follow up your phone calls and everything inside here.
Wow.
AI will ring your prospect and try and make an appointment for you. It's brilliant, right? Put yourself in the mind of a prospect. Most people don't do that. So these people, you saw the page they go to, they're looking for a side gig, they're looking for a side hustle, they're looking for an online business, right?
Yeah.
They fill out a form that gets sent to Tommy or George or Debbie or Eric or Paul or me, right? And it pings into your inbox. The average person is not going to go and deal with that immediately. They're just not, right? But look what happens to that lead if they come to my system. Within 15 minutes, I'm emailing them back saying, hey, nice to talk. I just want to introduce myself. I don't even share the presentation or talk about money on the first email. I've gone down a no, like, and trust scenario.
Right.
But within 50, so they're filling out a form, and within 50 minutes, they're getting an email back. So they assume that form is all part of the process. So already I'm ahead of the game. Do you see what I mean? Because now
Absolutely. Yeah. Totally.
it's a seamless experience. I've filled out a form. Oh, this guy Paul's emailed me. He's introduced himself, and he's telling me tomorrow I'm going to send you an email that explains how we do this. And so I've got really serious engagement. Some people, one woman called Betsy Green, emailed me back. She said, "Hey, I really like what I see. I've had bad experiences in affiliate marketing. Can you reach out to me?" So that only came in on Monday. I haven't reached out to her yet because I just haven't had time.
Cool.
But here's where I have an advantage over everybody else. And it's an unfair advantage, but it's an advantage nonetheless, is I can ring that person, even if it's 5 weeks later. You can't do that. You can, but you have to be good. And say, hey, I'm really sorry I haven't got back to you sooner. My name is, I'm the owner of the company. I've been working on this to make the experience better for you. What I want to do now, how can I help you? Did you find anything, and what were you looking for? And I can get back into that conversation really, really quickly. And because I have that owner of the company type of thing, I automatically get some sort of respect, and people don't give me a hard time. Does that make sense?
Totally.
Whereas if you're Joe Blow, G100, who's been really, really lazy, bought these leads, calls someone back 3 weeks later, goes, hey, have you checked out my website? You're not going to get the same reaction.
Yeah, but everybody, this is where me and Eric can help you guys. If you say, listen, I'm trying to build an online business too. Here's some good stuff I found. Do you want me to share it with you? you're on their level. Sometimes that's actually better, I found. When I started making decent money, a lot of people think, oh, he's not going to be, he's too far ahead.
But,
He won't talk
oh,
to me. But of course I
oh,
will.
that's an interesting point, though. But with our marketing plan, and again, people talk about the one-ups, we've lost leverage and all this nonsense. You've lost no leverage,
No.
right? There's massive leverage in our marketing plan. Let me give an example. You guys are G2000, right?
Yeah,
I join you, and I think, you know what? I'm going to do some marketing. I'll join at $1,000 level. I had
yeah,
this conversation yesterday. I join, I pay my 299. I'm marketing, I get 5 leads a day, and the first person that comes in joins me at G1000. Like, oh, great, I've got my money back. That's fantastic. My business is working. The next person that comes in sees all this stuff, goes, right, I'm joining at a G2000 level, right? I'm like, hold on, hold on a minute. Slow down, coaches. You're joining at $2,000 level.
yeah,
Yeah. Uh, okay, I'll make 1,000. That means Paul and Eric are going to make $1,000 off this sale, and I'll still be a G1000. Well, this is my next sales a G2000 as well. I'll be giving you another $1,000 away.
yeah.
That is not a good business decision.
Well, we'd
What
rather
I'll do,
everybody stay at G1000.
yeah, you want to. What I'll do is I'm going to upgrade to
Yeah,
G2000. So now you guys don't lose it. You still get your $1,000, right?
yeah. But if we've got Darren under us and he's a G1000 and he's promoting and getting those leads, and the call center we haven't talked about yet, but you guys have
Yeah.
the support team,
Oh,
the sales team to do the selling. We
it,
we
it, it really
want
is
we
good.
want
So
Darren to go and make 10 sales at
what you
2000.
want, what you really want is like 20 G100s in your business, all doing 5 leads a
Yeah,
day,
yeah.
right? Because that
I'm
way
retired.
you're making $1,900 override a time, and I've seen it happen.
Yeah,
You want, your soldiers, if you want to call them that.
yeah.
Um, they're out there, they're promoting the same. You don't know what lead they're going to get.
No, absolutely.
You have no idea. Are you going to get some morons? Absolutely. Are you going to get some tire kickers? Absolutely. Are you going to get people that haven't got the ability to even do this bit? Of course. But we're in a sifting, sorting, and working out business. I
Right.
remember John Kalench, the great John Kalench, did the oyster story, and I'm sure anyone who's been in LMN knows that. When you're looking for pearls in an oyster, you
Yeah,
don't pick up an oyster and nurture it and keep it warm and stroke it and hope it develops a pearl. You open it as quick as you can. If it's not got a pearl, you bin it and you open the next one.
yeah,
That's what working with leads are like. You want to get on the phone, ultimately, if you can, get a message, say, get a good way to get them on the phone. What are you looking for? Have you found anything? Are you serious or just curious? And then get them gone. People know within the first 2 or 3 minutes of visiting your VSL or visiting the website whether they are interested and whether they want to take action or not. I really don't believe. I mean, everyone says, well, it's the 55th email that arrives on 3 months and 5 days and 6 hours later that really convinces them, oh, I saw this 3 months ago. I think I'm going to spend 2 grand on it now.
yeah.
It doesn't work like that. Right? So it
Right.
really doesn't. So um, they see it, they know straight away, I want to do this. You just got to catch them at the right point.
Right.
And we're
So
going to give you the tools to do that.
So listen, I'm respectful of your time. I want to
Are
give
you
people a
okay?
chance to ask questions, right? So what I'll do, I just want to sum this up, right? So the lead capture page is all made for you. Tracking is available. So if you want to say YouTube or Facebook or this video on YouTube, whatever,
Yeah.
you can track or 5 leads a day, so you can track your leads, right? You can track where the stuff comes from. Then if somebody opts in, they get followed up automatically. If you got your 5 leads a day, rather than sort of messing around making videos, but me and Eric's still strongly into social media marketing, but you can just sit back and know that you're going to get either 5, 10, 15 leads a day coming in. They have a referral scheme. So 3 referrals and it's free. So you could actually get 150 leads, 300 leads, 450 leads a month for free. They even give you a 60 lead bonus, right? If somebody has questions and they want some help, people can take advantage of the sales team that you have, right?
Yep.
And I know you're one of them, so they could actually end up speaking to the owner of the company, right? It's like, what am I missing, Paul? What more could people want?
Hey, I'm gonna jump in. I was gonna jump in real quick and just share why I love mid ticket, high ticket, whatever you want to call it. Okay. And the reason that I do, look, I love low ticket. I love that as well. There's a place for front end. There's a place for low ticket. I love the residual is awesome. But I'm going to tell you, like, because I've experienced both. Okay. So let's say we're taking a $6 commission. Okay. So let's take and you and I'm good. I'm good. I'm getting 2 sales a day, which is like I'm in the if I'm doing that in any internet business and I'm for every single day consistently 2 sales a day, guess what? I'm one of the top dogs out there. Okay. So if I did that every day, I'd be making 60 sales a month at a $6 commission. So I'm telling Paul, I'm posting on Facebook and I'm saying, hey Paul, man, I'm killing it over here, man. I'm like, I'm the man. You know what I mean? Like I'm
And we
posting
see
my
that, don't
results.
we? We see that.
I, I'm doing 60 sales a month. That's incredible, right? And so that's going to yield me about $360 a month, right? So Paul turns around and he's doing his 5 leads a day. He's marketing like he would anything else, and then all of a sudden, someone sees the value in this program. They see the value in the G2000. They buy it for 2 grand. Now remember that money's going instantly to Paul, right? I'm still waiting on my $6 because it's not instant. It's going direct to Paul. Okay, he's just made $2,000. Okay, so for me on that one sell, I've got to continue to do 60 sales a month for 5.5 months. Okay, before I can match that type of commission. So I always bring that up with people because it's just it's numbers. Everything is numbers. So what do you want? You know, if I want to go make $5,000 to $10,000 a month, right? I'm still marketing online. I'm still fine. My target audience is people all over the globe. This is a global deal. Making money online, right? And there are people out there that will pay 1,000, 2,000. There are people out there that pay. I'm not going to bring his name up. One of the top network marketing trainers used to be. Okay. I know a guy personally that paid that guy 50 grand to go hang out with him for a week. Okay. And I'm not going to say anything, but half the stuff he learned, I'm like, okay, you know, that's not elementary, but but I put that out there because people will pay to come into these programs. So, that's what's made an impact on my career. I've made money, I've built residual income, I've done all those things, but having that high ticket, mid ticket, and actually having that income come in, even if it's once a month, twice a month, you start to get good at it. You start to do it. That can inject those paydays that can really really make a difference. So I always like to put that out there. Go ahead, Paul.
Well, I just want to tell another real brief. There's a hotel in town. It came up on my Facebook. They're advertising for staff, 30 hours a week at £11.79 an hour, 30 hours a week. That's £353.70 a week times 4 weeks in a month. That's £1,414. So you're going to work 120 hours over a month to make £1,414.
which is about
1,000.
£2 grand.
Well, it's about $1,915. I worked that out to be at yesterday's exchange rate.
Yeah.
Now that's G2000 sale. Would you work an hour a day? Would you buy leads? And would you text them from your phone? Would you, maybe get an online platform? I know Darren found one for us that you can text people from, because email open rates aren't as good as text open rates. Everybody sees the text. 99.9% of people will see the text. Right, and all you're doing is being the point person. I've got a presentation in the works about where I used to work at PC World. Somebody used to come into the store. Hello, sir, madam, what are you looking for? I'm looking for an Apple computer. Oh, okay, fantastic. Here's my name on a slip of paper. Let me take you to the Apple rep. The Apple rep did the explaining, not me. If the customer brought, they took that slip of paper to the till, so the till knew which salesperson to ring it up under. And I made my commission for selling an Apple computer that I didn't really have any involvement in other than go and see that guy. Right? And one sale can be worth 120 hours worth of work in a hotel in Bude where I live. Right?
Well, that's a really good point. And people do not realize. When I actually talk to people and say, what have you done this week? How many hours have you spent in your business this week? And I tell you, some people, it's like 10 minutes. They think that logging into the back office and logging back out again constitutes effort.
Yeah.
I remember, I love that story in MLM when you're building big teams. And I've been lucky. I've built 3 teams of over 10 grand in MLM, which is quite cool, I think.
That's good.
But I used to say to people, how much would you earn if your team did what you did today? In an MLM thing, if nobody does anything, guess what you earn? Nothing.
So listen, guys, right? Who's got questions for Paul? Well, another sort of 5 minutes, 10 minutes max.
Don't be shy. Ask anything.
Oh no, don't say that. I know some of these people. You'd be.
Uh, I can tell that. I can tell Debbie's silent but deadly.
So has anybody got a question for Paul? Any clarification on anything?
Yeah, can I check something, please? I've got it set up so that and I might have done something wrong, but my leads are going into get response, but I
Mhm.
don't see them in the Exitus back office. Is that right, or have I done something wrong?
No, I think I tried to explain this to you, Joy. When Exitus Elite has its own system, right? The minute you integrate with Get Response, you're effectively saying when a lead fills in this form, don't send anything to Exitus Elite,
Right.
send it to Get Response. So your leads are now being added to Get Response. What you didn't do, which we've discovered, is you didn't set up a redirect link.
Yeah.
So what was happening? They're filling out the form. The lead's going to Get Response, but they're not. The button's not sending them anywhere. They're just getting
Yeah.
a blank.
No. So
check
so
green.
I have got it sorted out
Yeah.
correctly now
So
then. Yeah.
they
Yeah.
will not go into Exitus Elite because there's no point. Why would you want someone to get? Because the minute they hit our system, we'll send them an email. So now they're getting too many emails,
Yeah.
which is pointless. So
But they'll still be able to make payments and everything.
oh yeah, everything's
Yeah. No,
all you're
if I've got it
doing.
right. Yeah.
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 All you're doing is taking your marketing away from Exitus Elite and moving it to Get Response, where you have more control because you can now have your list building and go, do you know what? Let's say next week I decide, and I might do this, to do an opportunity webinar that I'm going to record, right? You can go to your list and Get Response, go, hey, the owner of the company is doing a free webinar next week, 20 minutes to discover if you can change your life financially. You can email those people and invite them to that webinar.
Okay.
You can't do that. You can't do that from the Exitus back office right now.
Right.
Okay. Right?
Yeah.
Because we don't give you that control because we have to be careful of spam. We have to be careful of all sorts of things. I mean, I'd love to be able to say you can email from the back office and email your leads, but nobody can be trusted. They'll be spamming people. There's 100,000 leads, and I'll be like, "What's going on here?" You know. And we've worked really hard. I mean, we have DKIM, SPF, we have everything set up to ensure email deliverability. But the problem with emails and Gmail, Yahoo, Apple, they talk about privacy, but they take it to a whole new level. You know, I should be able to decide what I see. It should be my choice. I don't believe someone should make that choice for me. So if I get an email into my inbox I think is nonsense and I don't want to see it, I should be able to just click that email, send it as spam or delete it or block them, whatever. That should be my choice. It shouldn't be Google's choice that I send an email to you and Google decides, well, we don't like this sending domain. This is an online business, or we won't send that. I don't believe that censorship should happen, but it does. So email deliverability is difficult. But we work, I think we've got it pretty good. And anyone who's been using our system, our emails are flying out now because I rewrote the whole of the code for the emails and the way it all works. Someone wrote in the other day, I clicked the confirm email, but I didn't get the day zero follow up. So I said, well, send me a screenshot of your inbox. And I went, what's that above it? I went, oh yeah, it arrived so quickly I didn't even notice it. I mean, but that happens. It is literally by the time you log into your inbox, it's there. It's brilliant. No, it didn't used to be like that, but it is now. But Joy, I'm glad you got it sorted. But you must always test everything, right?
Oh, well, I did, and that's why I knew it wasn't working.
Yeah,
yeah, that's why I knew it wasn't working.
And if you're struggling to get it set up, the simple thing to do, switch it back to us. Let us handle it till you got it ready. Switch it on, test it, switch until it's working perfectly.
Yes, I'm going on holiday, but I might switch it back to you because I'm not getting very good deliverability.
Well, where are your leads coming from? Where are they coming from?
Well, various places from I've just got some adverts going out, not that many. And I've sent it to my own email list. Which is on Aweber,
right?
And I get okay deliverability on Aweber, but I'm not getting it very good on GetResponse. So
You don't need,
I'll
you don't
leave it
need
till I
both,
get
Joy.
back.
You
Sorry.
don't need both. Why have you got both?
Oh, it's a long story.
And
It's too
that's
long.
not for this call, because this is a marketing call.
No, it's
So
not for
Yeah,
this.
but
No, it's
message
not for this
support, right?
call.
You're
This
right,
is
but
for
you
this
don't need
call.
both. You're throwing away $240 a year. You might as well cancel it and send me 200, and you'll be saving money.
Yeah, but it's too long a story.
Yeah, okay. Paul,
There
any
are
other
reasons.
questions?
Yeah, has
Any other
anybody else got
questions,
any
mate?
questions?
No, that's fine. Thank you.
Anybody else got any questions for Paul? I can see your lips moving, Peter, but I can't hear you. No, do you want to type it? Do you want to type it in the chat and I'll read it in a minute? While you're doing that, Peter, if he's doing that, Paul, on the webinar last night, can you just tell us about the 5 leads a day? Did I hear it right? People have made sales with them, by the way.
Yeah, I had a guy rang me the other day and he said, "Hey, I've got this." I couldn't believe this. This is really this will give you an idea of what happens in this industry, right? This guy, he rang me up. He said, "Hey, I've got a new guy for the 5 leads a day." I said, "Great." I said, "How you going?" He goes, "Oh my God, the leads are brilliant." This is exactly what it was. The leads are brilliant. I've signed people up, and I want to do more. I want to do more. But I've got this guy, right? And he told me this guy. He said, he's joining underneath me today. I said, great. He said, can you book a Zoom meeting and do a back office walkthrough for him? Yeah, now your look of incredulity was exactly what? You go in, you pay $75, you choose your leads, you come out again. There is no walkthrough.
Yeah.
Right? The leads come in that after. What do you mean walkthrough? Clicking a button? Give me a break. Right? You sign up for them. You put in ideally a Gmail address. What I recommend people do, particularly if they use my automated stuff, is go to Gmail, and if it's Tommy Lahorn, you can try and get TL leads at gmail.com or whatever you want. You try and have a special place just for your leads. Particularly if you've got a Gmail account that you use for other things, you don't want your leads being mixed up with all your other emails and stuff like that. You want to keep them separate. You can log in, you can see what's going on, you can do all sorts of things. So that's the thing I do advise. But you sign up for 5 leads a day, your leads are coming in. I had a guy that signed up. He said, "Do you know what this means to me? In 3 months, I'm going to have a list of over 400 people who I can send an email to. I've been doing this for 8 years. I've never had a list in my life." That in itself is an accomplishment for some people.
Yeah.
And out of 450 people, if 10% are serious, and of that 10%, another 10% take action, you still made yourself between $4,000 and $10,000.
That's the thing with the mid-ticket. I refuse to call this high ticket.
It's not high ticket.
Yeah.
High ticket's like 10, 15, 20 grand. And let me tell you, I don't believe there's an honest high ticket program out there. I've seen some of this stuff. We've got more value in a $100 program than these guys have in 20 grand. It's just a money manipulation situation, which is why they never last.
Yeah.
I have another program that shut down recently.
I see this more like a franchise, and I know the franchises are expensive, but the way this is set up now, you've got 12 years, and it's 12 years. That's your credibility brand.
I'm not knocking any other programs. There's a program out there. I've been part of it. I'm sure you have too. It's that legacy program. You're paying a fair ton of money for that. You pay $150 to $250 for a lead capture page to be set up for you. You don't get a back office. You have to go on school meetings, and you have to go and create your own social media awareness. You've got to build TikTok videos and this video and learn this and learn that and learn that. Now you're competing with people that are like George. I'm not going to be able to compete against George with me going like, "Hey, you want to join my business?" It's not going to work, right? But I can out-earn George by having hundreds of people looking at my business every single day that are specifically looking for a business.
You might beat George because he's shrinking. Look at the size of the grass behind him.
I know, he's Ant-Man today.
Yeah. So guys, we're coming to a close. Has anybody else got a question before we let Paul go and either work or go back to bed probably?
It's funny when we do questions because so many people don't ask them. And I've never understood that. You know, so I don't know. I've got a question, but I don't want to ask it.
Yeah.
I'll ask someone
Well, I
later
have
on.
a
I mean,
question. Paul, I have a
go on.
question. Paul Stevenson. With regard to the Mentors in Motion program,
Yeah.
that is available, and I'll be honest, I haven't looked. That is available in the back office.
Yep.
And what level has
I've
to be
moved it.
purchased?
I think I've moved it to G500.
Okay, G500. Okay.
Paul can have a quick look.
Just go in there now.
Yeah. I think
Because
I
I
moved it.
feel that most people need that, even though that, is a baseline from years back. Most people need that type of training, and that's an avenue of possible promotion
It's an audio, Paul.
Yeah.
into the field.
Was it Mentors in Motion?
Yeah, there we are. That's it. Absolutely brilliant.
Okay, I need to listen to that as well then.
That's brilliant. Why is this brilliant? This teaches you how to get 100 people a week into your business, right?
Oh,
Sounds
is that the one you
impossible.
were talking about with webinars and things?
Yeah, but it was conference call based. Get them on a conference call, get them on a conference call, get them on a conference call.
Yeah.
Do a conference call at 10, do another one at 12, do another one at 4, do another one at 8. Massive week, right?
Yeah.
And then you say to the people that are on the 10 o'clock one, I'm doing another one at 12, invite some people. And some people turn up, then do another one at 4. And by the end of the night, you're doing one at 8 o'clock for 20 minutes, and you've got 20, 40 people on it. Tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock, it's a whole week of doing. The only difference between that and what we do now is it's not get on a conference call, it's get on a Zoom, get on a meeting, get on a Google chat.
Yeah.
Right? The techniques, the mindset, the skills you learn in that are incredible. Nick Skolsky, the campaign recruiting system, item 8, how to build a fronter system. Who's listened to that? I bet none of you have.
No.
Anyone?
Where's that?
No.
Exactly.
There's so
No
much,
one.
Paul.
Right? Oh, we need new products. We need to be brought up to date. You don't.
No.
There's
No.
absolute classic and thousands and thousands. And do you know the Village series is a rewrite of Charles Snell's Master Key system, right? That product sold for $1,200 on its own. You've got it in there, right? I've just uploaded 2 new products for G2000 that actually cost me $10,000 to buy them for the rights to them. And I've never released them. But now they're there. One of them is all about public speaking, right? Why would you want to learn public speaking? Because it's not about public speaking. It's about becoming an effective communicator.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm scared to talk to people on the phone. But if you've learned behind the scenes how to do it, if you've learned how to use tie downs, which Nick Skolsky talks about, tie downs, one of the most powerful things you'll ever use when you're talking to people. And again, I'm wondering how many people here know what tie down is.
I probably went through it a while ago.
Right? I covered this before, but they are incredibly powerful, particularly when you're talking to a prospect.
Yeah.
And it's things like blah, 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 blah. Paul, do you see how that can work for you? What are you going to say? You're not going to say no. It's a yes. So what it does, tie downs give you yeses verbally and subconsciously. So if you're saying, can you see how that can work? Yeah, I do. And you have to also, you'll know this, Paul, people use the word see, hear, feel, right? NLP.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see how that works. They do it, then you know that, again, this is going a bit deep, you know it, but then you can start working different things with people. But ultimately, you can see how it can work for you. What income level will be best? Is that a good level for you to start at? Yeah. And then you can, from what you're telling me, this is what you want. Yeah, it is. And now you're there. You're ready to. What's holding you back? Let's get you started. And it's a really, really powerful way of talking to people because they're basically making decisions in their own mind, and you're guiding them to that decision. But you're doing it very subtly. That's there in the back office, ready for you to watch, listen, and learn in your car on your commute to work if you work. Right? People don't understand the value of what we have back there. All they look at is a shiny object syndrome, right? You want a good base. You want a good grounding. You can't build a castle on foundations of sand.
The other thing, though, is I was listening to Jack Zufat, Paul, and he was saying you could have, like, if you sell a health product, you could have the best product with loads of benefits and all that, And if you said to somebody, look, on this hand, I've got these health products I can give you. They've got loads of health benefits. They're fantastic. Or in this hand, I've got $200. Which would you rather have? Everyone's going to take the money, right? Everyone will take the money, right? And that's why not everybody accesses the trainings, because they're looking at making the money. Okay?
No, I totally agree with that.
I used to sell made-to-measure blinds. Oh my God.
Some people just want the money.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I get that. And if you just want the money, then just have the money, but don't complain about the products.
No, absolutely.
Listen,
look, guys, we've been on a fair while, and I need to be making moves. Are there any last questions before we go?
He's got to go to his job at the hotel.
Yeah, I'm going for it.
He's got his interview.
Yeah, I just had a phone call. No, I've got it. I get every interview I go for. There's a toilet blocked. I need to go and sort that. So while we're sorting that, is there any last questions?
One last question for Paul Stevenson. In the $1,000 level, is there any particular course, Paul, that you say would have a high hook? Because I'm looking at creating a different angle. And the angle being is to create a sales page for a specific product that is obtainable by joining Exitus Elite and in the Genesis library. So on level 1,000.
Right. Let me, George, we've had a conversation about this, right?
Yes.
And maybe this is not the right place to say this, but this is what this is what I worry about you. You're always looking for an angle to do marketing. You're always looking for a different this. What you need to be doing is get leads in front of your page and make sales, right?
Absolutely.
A capture page that you now design amongst the hundreds of other pages you've designed, looking for an angle is not going to do you any good. I'm sorry.
No, I'm thankful for your response.
It's effectively market your business, because sitting there, I know. Look, I've already admitted I've worked my nuts off, right? Every single day over Christmas, over New Year, 17 hours a day, 20 hours a day, on with AI, building the back office, building the website, building the infrastructure. Have I neglected my leads? Yeah, absolutely. But I had to do it out of necessity, right? You create these amazing videos. You're talented at that. All these things are happening. And I've told you this on a call. Stop producing stuff and start making money. Because I guarantee, if you've got $4,000 in the bank this week, you'll make a much better video next week.
That's good advice. The system's all there for us. Yeah, that's the thing.
There's nothing to reinvent.
Yeah.
Thank you, Paul.
We're focused on
George.
We're focused on the 5 leads a day a little bit at the minute, just because we see so many people struggling to get marketing done. Me and Eric, we're old hats. We know what we're doing. It's maybe what we're guilty of. It's not as duplicatable, you know.
It's not. Look, let me finish with this. The whole point. I've tried every lead company. I've told you. I've got leads. I've got thousands of leads on my computer, and they're just. I'm just going to bin them. They're not worth anything. Well, they have value. I could email them, but will the email just be valid? Will there be a spam trap in there? No, just bin it. I now get 5 fresh leads a day of someone who's put their hands up and said, I'm looking for an online business, a side gig, or a side hustle. Send me some information. I send them the information. They then act on it. Whether they act positively or negatively, it's irrelevant. After a month, I've got 150 people. Let's say 50 opt out. I've got 100 people I can market to now. Month 2, I've got 200. I've now got a list of 300 people, 400 people I can work with, right? I've never had that before. I've never had that ability. Now I feel I've built something. Oh, and by the way, you may grab a few sales along the way if if you send them to the sales team, or they talk to you guys, or you help close sales, because people do reach out to you. There is zero excuse for not building a business now. You can't say, I don't have leads. I don't know who to talk to. I haven't got anyone to speak to. My family hate me. I'm an idiot. I can't work. Blah, 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 blah. There is no excuses. It's time for action. It's time to make money, not excuses.
Well, that sounds like a good closing line. Thank you, Paul, for your time. Eric, do you want to say anything?
No, I mean, I agree with everything. My take on it is it's pretty simple. It's, I consider myself a connector, and I've had success in the industry because, I talk to real humans. I try to every single day. I love AI. I'm a creator. I love campaigns. I love building content, and I think social media is massive. I think it's a incredible place to go out and build contacts, build a brand, make incredible connections. But I believe you have to work both sides. I believe that build content online, get stuff out there. I mean, it's worked for me for years and years and years. So I've met people all over the world because of that. But also at the same time, that takes time to build. You're not going to get instant results from that. So if you're not willing to go out and just meet people, which is very easy to do, I can open up 35 Facebook groups now with people that want to make money. And every single one of them that join that group. And what does that group say? Make money online. So why are they joining it if they're interested in, how to bake a cake? They're interested in making money. So now I've got thousands of people in those groups that I can reach out and say hi to, right? And maybe make a connection with. But if you're not willing to do that, right? And you're just caught up in, let me create content, let me post stuff, let me do this because I'm scared. I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to, I don't want to do all that. This makes it easy. Then add the leads, buy the leads, get the leads coming in every day. Nobody's telling you got to pick up the
Yeah,
phone
we'll
and
do
call
both.
them. But now at least you have leads coming in that you can connect with on text and get your information in front of. Because what I see with AI and social media, and I've seen it for years, there are people that use it effectively, and there are people that put content out there, create things, do this stuff. They're not really getting any results, but they feel like they're doing something because, well, look, I've got a YouTube channel, I've got a Twitter, I've got this, I've got that. But you have to at some point sit down and go, well, is this yielding any kind of result? You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, I've done a lot on social media, but if somebody held a gun to my head and they said, you got to go out and make money, I'm going old school. I will use social media, but I'm connecting with 50 to 100 people a day. I'm reaching out, I'm building, I'm connecting, I'm introducing them, I'm doing these sorts of things. I'm not going to rely on throwing a video up or that sort of thing if someone had a gun to my head. Okay. But I don't go pitch people. I just meet people. I meet human beings every day. If you just do 5 a day, your goal. But you have leads. That's a beautiful thing now. There's leads everywhere. You can buy the leads, you can contact, the winners of this game are the ones that get this in front of the most eyeballs. And that's just a fact. The system's already built. You don't have to sell it. It's been around 11 years. Paul and his staff, it's a great system. They get in the system. Everything's explained to this person. You don't have to sell it. You just have to put them in front of it. So guess what? If me and Paul put 100 people in front of it today and you put one person in front of it in the next month, we're probably going to win that bet, right? So it all comes down to numbers. So anyway, that's all I got.
Yeah.
I'm excited because this thing's been around 11 years. Paul and I are just done with these deals that are going to be here today and gone tomorrow. We're just over it. Are the deals that change constantly. You can't, the owners are on to different things. They change their entire comp plans. Everything is it's a nightmare for us. So we're just like, look, we're into stability now, and if the company's not stable, if it's not going to be around, we don't want anything to do with it because, you know, we're going to go out and put this effort in and market, and you're going to want to know that you have a company behind you that's going to do their job and do what they say they're going to do. So, and Exodus has done that for 11 years. So that's all I got, Paul.
Yeah, and I'll just close it out. Look, if you're looking to join someone, this is what me and Eric have done. Like I say, our results aren't your results, but we do know a little bit about what we're talking about. Is why the only reason I share that, right? It's only for context, right? We do help our people, right? We do try and help people. At least we can guide you. So, Paul, any last words from you, and we'll say goodbye and let you go.
No, I just hope that and everyone in your team, understands that you guys are great leaders. You give great advice. It's important that people listen to you, and obviously they're your team. They should listen to you before they listen to anybody else. But the options are there now. No one has an excuse. Like I just said, they can't blame it. No one can blame anybody. The blame game is over. Oh, I didn't succeed because my sponsor didn't help me. I didn't succeed because my cat was ill. I didn't succeed because I had to walk the dog. I didn't succeed, blah, blah. Just get leads coming in. Get them looking at your information. Drop them a little text introducing yourself. Be natural. Anyone can send a text. Even, well, I would say a blind man, but a deaf man can send a text. right? You know, you can, hey, my name's Paul. You just popped onto my website. If you got any questions, feel free to text me back. Oh, that's cool. You know, and like I say, with platforms now like Network Central, and I'll spend more time in there, you can literally have your leads go in there. You can text them from within that platform without even revealing your own number. You can text them and the conversation remains inside Network Central. So if I text you, Paul, and you reply, it's in under your contact in Network Central, an ongoing conversation. Well, they also have a thing called Ava. Ava will then call that person and say, hey, I'm calling on behalf of Paul Stevenson. He'd love to spend some time with you. Would you like to share some time to get any questions answered? And it will ring people on your behalf. Are you paying for that? Yeah, but it's not expensive. So you can use technology to your advantage. You can have leads being spoken to for you, and then you can drive all those people to go to the sales team, turn on the sales team on your website for those who haven't done it, and let those calls come into us, and we'll take care of them. And it's our job is to get that person to make a buying decision. We take them from where they are, we take them to your website, we walk them through the admin, we get that paid, we help them log in, we take them through the process, and we get them to pay you. Let me tell you though, do yourselves a favor and make sure you've set up your payment profile, because last week we had a G2000 person who joined and his sponsor had not set up any way of him paying him. Not one way. And he goes, I'm trying to pay this guy $2,000. He's not got anything there. And I'm now chasing the sponsor and saying, what are you doing? Oh, well, I didn't want to put anything down. I wanted him to send me cash. Well, Zelle is cash. Cash App is. What you want to say is, are you a moron?
Yeah.
I can't say that.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that, Paul, to take your time with that. I've put stuff in there.
Well, look, I mean, it's just the most, you got $2,000. The guy's biting my hand off to join. And he literally said to me, are there any other sponsors I can join? And I'm like, I can't do that. Yeah, I know. I won't do that. It's not fair. That came from that guy, and he may have advertising out there. So we don't do stuff like that. But we got on the phone and said, just set one thing, even if it's other, ring me for payment information, whatever, do something. So always have a way to be paid.
Yeah.
All so right, well, if accidentally someone goes, oh, I want to join this, and they come into your link, at least they can pay you.
All right, listen, we need to go. So thanks again, Paul. Really appreciate it.
No problem.
Darren Foxall's unmuted. Did you want to ask a question, Darren?
No, just say thanks, Paul, for your time and assistance.
Hey, you're welcome, Darren. And listen, guys, I'm working today on upgrading all the lead capture pages, and the thumbnails will be changed, etc. And that marketplace is going to rock and roll. I'm also going to, I've just thought of this, by the way. I'm going to, on your profile sections, I'm going to add a section where you can add other affiliate links, right? I just thought. So let's say you sign up for 5 leads a day, Paul, right?
Yeah.
You're going to take your 5 leads a day link, put it in your profile, so all your team can go to the sponsor, look what links you have, and click and join via you. That's a good idea, right?
Yeah, I love it.
I thought that was in there.
Well, no, it's not. What we say at the moment is check with your sponsor to see if they have a link first. If not, join here, right? We look, people are like, well, it should maintain line of sponsorship. Okay, that's true. So let's look. You want leads, but you haven't spoken to your sponsor in a year. They've not spoken to you. You don't know if they're a member or not. But what about their sponsor? And what about theirs? You could be 6 months trying to track down somebody. So we don't do that. Either get your sponsor in, tell them you're joining, give them a call. And if they don't want to do it, then you join with us. It's simple as that. My days of running back 5, 6 levels to try and find if that person wants to sign up, that person is over.
Yeah,
right.
Totally.
But what I can do is make it so if you have an affiliate link for Network Central, if you have an affiliate link for 5 leads a day, if you have an affiliate link for school, where you can put those in and your team members can click a button and be taken straight to your website. I will build that today.
That would be brilliant.
One question with regard to that, Paul, will it carry through? For example, if I had sponsored Eric and Eric chose not to get the 5 leads a day, but I have my affiliate link in my profile, will the people that Eric sponsors see my link for 5 default to me?
No, I'm not. No.
Oh, okay.
Hang on a minute. That you're talking about building a multi-level marketing link system. I'm not doing that, right?
No, I understand.
Yeah. I mean, you the links for you get from your link down, right? Eric's above you. Okay. You
No,
can't have. I don't. What are you trying to
it's
say?
okay.
This is a conversation behind
Yeah.
this.
I'll
call.
take it. I'll
Yeah,
chat
yeah,
with you
yeah.
elsewhere.
Yeah, do that. But
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit and spend a day building a link system. Yeah. I'm
It's all
doing
good.
what I'm
It's all
doing. And that's
good.
how it works. If you're in it,
And the reason why that is genius, people, is because 5 leads a day, 3 referrals at the same level you're on means you get free leads. So you could get up to 450 leads a month absolutely for free. Absolutely for free. And that's just going to make that a lot easier.
you get paid 35 points. Let's call it $75. You get paid 35% commission. You make $29 and everyone a month, and then anyone who joins straight off the bat.
It's another income stream.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't take the money. I'd increase my leads.
Well, that's exactly what you do.
Because then you're making the 500, well, from 100 to 250, $500, $1,000, $2,000 commissions.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah.
But no, I'll put that in play today once I've done the lead capture pages, and we'll go from there. And I don't know how many, I haven't looked this morning, but anyone who does buy, what we're doing at the moment, as I mentioned on the webinar, which is now live in the back office, by the way, is, and again, I haven't looked this morning, but if you're one of the first 10 people that does buy a lead capture page from the new system, we give you one. We give you one for free, so you could choose one, and then choose another one, and we put that in your account for nothing.
Awesome.
So it's buy one get one free, but only again it might all be gone, but I can't tell you that right now.
Well, listen,
But
I'm late for my next call, so we need to go. Thanks again, Paul. Really appreciate it.
Welcome.
Thanks everyone for coming on. Glad you could get your questions answered, and we'll all speak again soon.
Catch you later. Bye, everyone.
Thanks. Bye.